Hello, and welcome to the Museum of the North Star. Today, we're stepping right through these doors and into the water room. Minnesota is famous for being the land of 10,000 lakes. But if you sit down and count every single one, you'll actually find thousands more than that hiding across the state. Located way up in the upper Midwest of the United States, this state is defined by its waterways. Look at these blue lines. They show the Mississippi, the Minnesota, and the Red Rivers flowing through the land and shaping its borders. Between those rivers, the state is covered in a massive, connected web of water. All those thousands of lakes spread out across the map, linking the northern pine forests down to the southern prairies. Every story in this museum connects back to that water. To understand Minnesota's history, its jobs, and the people who call it home, we have to look at the lakes and rivers first. Long before it became a U.S. state, this land was home to indigenous peoples, and they remain its caretakers today. The name Minnesota comes from the Dakota phrase meaning sky-tinted water. Up in the northern lake country, the Anishinaabe people continue deep relationships with these waterways. Take a look at this harvest. These two people are using traditional wooden coals to carefully harvest manumine, or wild rice, by knocking it straight into their canoe. This is the official state grain, and it holds tremendous cultural importance for Anishinaabe communities. The seasons here push nature to its limits. The summers bring heat, humidity, and long days of sunlight. When winter arrives, temperatures drop rapidly, turning those thousands of lakes into thick, solid ice. This extreme environment is perfect for the common loon. As the state bird, its entire life cycle, from hatching chicks to diving for fish, depends entirely on the clean, clear water of these northern lakes. Minnesota's intense seasons and ecosystems shape the survival strategies and cultures of everyone who lives here. The water also shapes where millions of people live. The state's largest urban center is made up of Minneapolis and St. Paul. Known as the Twin Cities, they grew right alongside the banks of the Mississippi River. St. Paul serves as the capital city. Inside this large, rounded building, the state capitol, leaders meet to make decisions about the state's schools, parks, and roads. The people walking the streets of these cities come from all over the world. Early waves of immigrants arrived from Scandinavia and Germany. Today, large Hmong, Somali, and Latino communities bring new languages, foods, and traditions to our neighborhoods. Up north in Duluth, the water connects Minnesota to the rest of the planet. Through Lake Superior, massive freighter ships carry local goods all the way to the global ocean. A child growing up in a busy Minneapolis apartment experiences a very different day than a child on a Dakota reservation or a quiet farm. Yet they all share the same roads, the same state laws, and the same waterways. Down in the southern and western parts of the state, the land opens up into wide prairies and fertile soil. Farmers here produce millions of bushels of corn and soybeans every year, feeding people and livestock far beyond the state's borders. In the rocky northern forests, the Iron Range provided the raw iron ore that built America's early skyscrapers. It was the hard work of underground miners like these that pulled that heavy metal from the earth. Minnesotans are also known for inventing new ways to help people get better. The state is a global leader in medical care, with places treating complex diseases and developing new health technologies. All of this immense growth traces back to a quiet start in the woods. The mighty Mississippi River, which carves its way down through the entire country, begins right here at Lake Itasca as a tiny, shallow stream you can easily walk across. That stream gains strength as it moves south. In the exact same way, the crops grown on Minnesota farms, the iron pulled from its ranges, and medical discoveries from its clinics all start small and flow outward to reach the rest of the world. Now, let's step into our interactive makerspace. For a true northern treat, try stirring up a classic Minnesota blueberry muffin, using berries found growing wild in the woods. If you take a nature walk while your muffins bake, keep your eyes open. You might spot the bright petals of the showy lady slipper, the state flower. Or you could reach up and pick a crunchy Honeycrisp apple, the official state fruit. When winter locks the state in ice, the fun doesn't stop. People drag small wooden houses out onto the frozen lakes, drilling holes to fish. They turn the quiet water into bustling temporary towns. Let's try it. Stand up, clear a little space, and pretend to lace up your skates. Push off with your left foot, then your right, gliding fast and smooth across the completely frozen surface of the lake. Minnesota's story comes to life when you jump in, feel the cold air in your lungs, explore the deep forests, and discover how the water connects us all.